Hey guys, I'm Mihir Joshi. Welcome to this Artists for a Cause special edition episode of the MJ Show. And if you're wondering what that is, my friends at Skillbox and Fever FM have come together to raise money for the Umeed project and for Divine Touch. And, everything that you guys are going to contribute is going to go straight into helping families in this really, really difficult time. सबको लग रहा होगा कि ठीक है चलो अभी लॉकडाउन खत्म हो रहा है and the cities are getting back to normal, but our country is still going through a very, very bad time. And all the help that you can give, all the money that we can raise right now is going to help a lot of families. The Umeed project has already helped 9 lakh plus families. And I think in this second season, unfortunately, that we are having to do of Artists for a Cause, hopefully we can raise a lot more money, which can help a lot more families right now. So that being said, on this special Artist for a Cause edition of the MJ Show, it gives me great pleasure to welcome back one of my favorite contemporary singers on the show. Let's welcome the lovely Nikhita Gandhi. Nikhita, welcome back to the MJ Show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I clap for myself because I figured
that is perfect. By the way, I got to tell you right now, straight off the bat, the first guest who came on this Artist for a Cause edition of the MJ Show was Salim Merchant. And I asked him, hey, who's one of your favorite artists from the Indian scene these days? And you were one of the names that he mentioned. And that is absolutely well deserved, because you've been putting out such great music, not just the film music that you've done, but also your own music. So today, let's run people through your journey a little bit.
That's so cool. I mean, yeah, I'm very honored that Salim would even have me in his mind. But I must say that it just makes it so much easier when you get to work with wonderful human beings who are who happen to be musicians. Because I think Salim is definitely one such person.
Yeah, absolutely. He's such an amazing guy. I love the music that they make, and I love what they're doing with their record label, Merchant Records, putting out such varied and beautiful music. Speaking of varied and beautiful music, like I said, let's get into your story a little bit. But, let's go back to your childhood days, to, when you had started learning music and you were just getting into music. And take me back, let's look at a snapshot in your mind, a song that you are remembering from your teenage years or from your childhood days, which you really, really loved, which still, when you listen to it, maybe on the radio or, it just comes out on your playlist, you just it just puts a smile on your face. Let's talk about one song like that.
There's so many songs like that and I think I have been going through that phase a lot where, like a song from like my preteen or teen times, if it pops up. Like I remember watching an episode of Schitt's Creek recently, and there's this song called Brighter Than Sunshine, by Aqualung.
Nice.
That was a song that I knew when I was probably 12 or 13, or I don't know, whenever the song came out, which was around that time, and probably in early 2000s or something, and that song popped up in one episode, and it just it just made me it made me like 12 again. It made me
I can imagine.
I love when that happens, and I hope to make music that can have that effect on people, that stays with people for so many years. And because I'm sure if they used a song like that in a show that came a little later on, it's just stuff that just grows on you, basically.
I agree. That's just the thing about music and food. When you listen to a certain song or you eat something specific which you've eaten after a very long time, it can instantly take you back to that first moment that you had that, or the moment that you really enjoyed that specific thing, especially if it's something that you love, or if it's a song that you love, or if it's like a book that you read when you were growing up. For me, for instance, I love comic books. So, if I pick up a comic book which I had read when I was a teenager, I just go back. There's a snapshot in my head, I was sitting here, I was doing this, I was doing that, and I was reading that book. work or listening to that song. So you mentioned that the song by Aqualung. Is there a song like that we can kick off today's episode with? Some old song of yours that you think people watching right now and listening to us on Fever FM would enjoy listening to?
Oh,
I
some
leave
of
it to you.
mine.
No,
Well,
not
I don't
yours.
think I'm
Not
that
not yours.
seasoned.
An old song, something that you remember from your
Oh,
childhood
okay.
that you think people would enjoy. Something else, somebody else's song.
I recently performed this song on a TV show with Shan and all these beautiful artists who I've
Lovely.
grown up listening to. So
To
it's a little
Sunao,
cheesy,
Sunao.
but I think that's
Hey,
they're cheesy songs for a reason.
exactly. Nostalgia is about that. Go for it.
यारो दोस्ती बड़ी ही हसीन है ये ना हो तो क्या फिर बोलो ये जिंदगी है कोई तो हो राज़दार बेगरज तेरा हो यार कोई तो हो राज़दार.
Yeah, I love that song from Pal. Okay, here's just an interesting bit of trivia. I got to tell you this because now the MJ show has been happening for almost 8 years now. Just
Wow.
last month, I interviewed the legendary lyricist Mehboob Ji, who had written the lyrics of all the songs on this album. Leslie Lewis, who composed the album, has been on my show multiple times.
Wow.
And he's one of my dearest friends now. And incidentally, I'm recording my first Hindi single with Leslie Lewis.
Wow.
And KK, who sang this song, has been one of my favorite guests on the show. And his fans still write to me saying that, hey, you got to get him back and get him to talk about more things because he's come like some 5-6 years ago. So it just feels so beautiful to see a song. I've got the lyricist, the composer, and the singer on the show. And I've found somebody here who's singing a song because they loved it so much. It was a song from their childhood. I just love this whole sort of falling into place, coming together that has just happened right now. Lovely. So this is great. So this was something from your teenage years, from your childhood that you remember. As you grew older, when you start going to college and there are college festivals that happen and, people discover, oh, Nikhita is a great singer. She's got to represent our college or, I'm just making an assumption. Okay. You can tell me if my assumption is wrong or maybe you decided, hey, I want to go and take part in competitions. What was your go-to competition song? Because we know it. Every singer has that. Like, I know I'm going to go to a competition. This is the one that I'm going to sing and I'm going to knock it out of the park. And I just hope nobody else sings it before me.
So this is a song that, not only was my go-to competition, it actually became more like a request because it was a go-to song for a couple of years and then it just became like a song I had to sing. It was also the song that got me out of ragging in college because like people loved it so much. Like all my seniors would, whenever they would find me, they would just be like, hey, sing that song. And that's how I didn't get dragged in college because I just sang my way through everything.
Brilliant. So now,
oh, here we go. I'm just gonna sing it.
yeah, go for it.
प्रीत की लत मोहे ऐसी लागी हो गई मैं मतवारी बल बल जाऊं अपने पिया को मैं जाऊं वारी वारी मोहे सुध बुध ना रही तन मन की ये तो जाने दुनिया सारी बेबस और लाचार फिरूं मैं हारी मैं दिल हारी मैं दिल हारी.
अरे कोरस थोड़ा तो सुना तो.
तेरे नाम से जी लूं तेरे नाम से मर जाऊं तेरे नाम से जी लूं तेरे नाम से मर जाऊं तेरी जान के सदके मैं कुछ ऐसा कर जाऊं तूने क्या कर डाला मर गई मैं मिट गई मैं ओ जी
Yeah, 100%.
I
If I
forgot
was,
how to play. I haven't sung this. You've made me sing this after I've managed to not sing it for like a couple of years.
but lovely though, it sounded so beautiful, and I'm sure
Thank
everybody
you.
watching really enjoyed that. Guys, if you like what you just heard right now, this is just one of the many things that we're going to be doing over the next month and a half. I'm just going to take this beautiful opportunity because it's such a great song. I'm sure you're in a great frame of mind. Open your mind, open your hearts, and contribute right now, because 100% the help is needed. All you need to do is go to skillboxes.com and you'll find all the information, instead of me giving you a complicated link and you guys can't. Of course, if you're watching it on YouTube, the link is in the description below. You can click on it and contribute. But if you're listening to it on Fever FM, just go to skillboxes.com and contribute. And now let's get back to Nikita. So we went through childhood, kind of teenage years, we went through college. Professionally, when you began singing, before you got started with your first professional song, what was the experience like? Was it easy enough for you to get started, or because everybody has that story of the struggle or the difficulty before getting that first official release? Share yours.
Well, there wasn't really like a struggle because I mean, I didn't set out to be a professional musician. I was doing my college, I was in dental school, and everything kind of just happened. But my first big solo, which was the song called Lady-O in the film it was for A.R. Rahman sir, and it was, I think, probably one of my toughest recordings till date, because it was my first experience in playback. It was in Tamil. It was a really high pitched, like it was like tough from every angle. Like it was a very high pitched song. It was really fast. Like it was like a party song. It was like, how does it go? Lady, oh, beautiful lady, oh. That was the scale, and it was like, Panikur, ever pakam pavayo, kudambi, vasam ever kundalo. So that was like like so many words in one line, and I didn't even know how to speak the language. So it was probably like the toughest recording of my life. And so those were the challenges I faced. But
Wow.
I guess it was just easier from there onwards. And
yeah, because so many people who've been guests on the show have said, when I've asked them, hey, who's the dream person that you want to work with, and 9 out of 10 people, if they've not worked with him already, say that we'd love to work with A.R. Rahman. And you began your journey with with Rahman sir. I mean, that's phenomenal. You know every artist, when they work with music directors or any other collaborator of any sort, have interesting experiences or anecdotes that you'll remember, like, oh wow, this was the first time I did this or I did that. Tell us an interesting incident that you've had with Rahman sir, because he's such a mythical figure in India already, because of the amount of work that he's done, because of the scale of work that he's done, that everybody wants to know a little bit more. And he's kind of private. He doesn't really open out. He doesn't do Instagram lives and talk about, hey, this is what I had for breakfast today. But I love piecing things together from various stories that I get, and just to try to make like a picture of the man. So share something with us, something that you've experienced with him.
First of all, he's not a myth. He does exist. I think there's so many things about him that it's like, because as you said, he's a very private person. He's even like that during a session. He doesn't like like just chat or something. He's always at it, making something, a melody. Everything is about music, and sometimes he does. He is also quite wacky and whimsical. There are, like the last time I met him at his studio was a while after, like I'd worked with him on the last song, and then I walked into his studio, and I was in Chennai, so I just dropped by because I just wanted to meet everybody. And he was like, "Oh, Nikita, how are you?" And I was like, "I'm good." He's like, "What have you been up to?" And he just like put me in this. He does that a lot. Like he puts you in the spot. He's like, "What have you been doing?" And I was like, oh, this is like a song that I just said I released this like independent song, and like, so he's like, "Oh, show me." I was like, "Okay," and I showed it to him, and he's like, "Oh, cool." So and then he was just asking me like random stuff about it, and then he got to know that we shot it ourselves and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, so maybe I should call you to like shoot videos as well." And so he's like really wacky, actually. It's just that
very cool.
there are days where he's his normal, like, reserved self, and there are days
Huh.
where he's very wacky. And yeah, it's really fun when you're around him on one of those days, because he just says like the most random things, and then um it's really cool, like, and I mean, what I've put together from all of that is that he's such a child. Like, he's just, he has this glint in his eyes, and he just wants to know new things. And
Yeah.
I remember once, like, he spoke about a very renowned artist, and I didn't know who that was. And
Huh.
this is like one of the first few times I met him. So it
Huh.
was, I got so nervous because I was like, oh my God, I have no idea who he's talking about. And what is he going to think of me? And
Huh.
I was like shitting my pants, like, what is he going to say? Because I was just like, I don't know who that is. And then he just looked at me, and I just froze, the, all the worst thoughts went through my head. And he's like, it's good not to know everything.
That's beautiful.
And I was like, oh my God, thank
It does sound like a lot of fun. But you know what? This is a perfect segue to that independent music space that you've been a part of as well. And the song that you showed him. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that song? Or before telling us anything about that song, the song that you showed him on your phone, can we hear a little bit of it?
Oh, I think it was Hum Shakal, if I'm not mistaken. So this was like a single that I released in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was the one that I showed him. Yeah, it goes on like this. Bola bala sai dil mera, beakal beakal, ढूंढता जाके दर बदर, हम शक्ल, हम जा चुके मर चुके, आफतें सिर पे ये, it's like this very bluesy but hip hop track.
So cool. So cool. Very, very cool.
I think it was that video.
That is awesome. Hey, everybody watching right now, if you're not already subscribed to Nikhita Gandhi on YouTube, you must do that. This is something I've been telling you guys from day one, that if you like an artist, the bare minimum that you can do in today's world is subscribe to them on YouTube and follow them on Instagram. वैसे भी कोई पैसा तो देता नहीं है आजकल गाने सुनने का. Everyone can listen to every song for free or watch it for free on YouTube. So this is the minimum that you can do to show your love and appreciation for the artists who give you joy. And more importantly, every time they drop a new song, share it with absolutely everybody. Do that with Nikhita's songs as well. Nikhita, you also recorded and put out a beautiful original song during the lockdown a few months ago. That's the first time you came on the show and we spoke about that. Can you tell everybody the duet that you've done, the beautiful music video that you guys shot?
Was it Jhalle Kale? I think
yes, that was the one. Jhalle Kale. Yes. Tell it. This lockdown period has been kinda crazy for artists. We're all used to going out. You've been probably performing extensively all across the world. All of that has stopped. Everything is straight back at home. Some people kind of going crazy with that. Some people really benefiting from the solitude, because then you get to create a lot more content. You go deeper in and then stuff comes out which is like fantastic, and we get great music because of that. How has this lockdown been for you? And then let's hear that song.
Well, I think this interview was during the first lockdown, and the first lockdown was very creative and really, like, as you said, you get to discover yourself, you get to finish those songs that you've been sitting down to do. Correct. And so it was a lot of that, and that's why I was confused with song, because I'd released a lot of music
I remember
2020. So it was crazy. Like every 3-4 days there was a song, either collaboration with another artist or one of my own originals, and it was a very productive year. And really, as an independent artist, it was definitely very, very enriching. This lockdown has been different though. I think it's been a lot closer to home in terms of the suffering, in terms of just what we've all been going through. And I really hope it ends soon, because I've had enough of I've learned my lesson of sitting at home, and I just want to go out there into the world. And
I understand.
you can't replace that
Human touch.
performing in front of people and just
That's
that
true.
exchange of vibe, so
That's true.
I can't wait for that. And till then, I think I will be happy with doing just this. But until then,
Until then,
until then,
let's hear a little bit of Jhale Kale.
yeah. Is it cracking if I come close? Because in my headphones.
No, not at all. You can be this close.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
चले चले कले तेरे हवाले में हूँ मेरे हवाले है तू फिर भी रोजाना लड़ेंगे होता है नाराज तू होता है नाराज तू हो जाती मैं भी तू फिर भी रहे साथ में या तू जो मिला ना जाना कभी ना तू जो हुआ लगे ये मुझको सही सयातों से बोले हो जाए जल्दी कले बन जाए जल्दी कले ओ सयातों से बोले हो जाए जल्दी कले बन जाए जल्दी कले ओ सयातों से बोले.
Wow, that was beautiful. That's such an amazing song. For everybody watching right now, if you've not seen the music video for that, go and check it out. It's a beautiful, beautiful song, and you should definitely, once you've seen it, share it with absolutely everybody. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question on behalf of our friends at Fever FM. On this World Music Day, Fever FM has curated a playlist for everybody, and people can hear that on the 21st of June, 10 a.m. onwards. The best original music across India, सिर्फ Fever FM पर. और Fever FM के भाई लोग, प्लीज निकिता के 2-3 गाने तो आप डाल ही दो इस प्लेलिस्ट में. Completely deserve to be there. So on behalf of Fever FM for their World Music Day programming, I want to ask you, who is your favorite upcoming Indian singer or musician that you're listening to right now? Somebody from the scene. Well, you know what? I'm going to switch it around a little bit. Not necessarily upcoming. Who's your favorite Indian singer or musician that you're listening to right now?
I would, like, off the top of my head, I love Sasha Tirupati.
Ooh, yes,
I think
of course.
she's a fabulous singer.
Oh, man.
And I'm actually not somebody who's inclined to listen to a lot of like soprano-ish, like thin, conventional Indian voices, but she has this very beautiful
This is amazing.
tone.
Yeah. She's.
So I
in fact, she's also done a lot of work with Rahman sir, and I think the songs that she has done with him are spectacular. I think one of her. So my wife is a huge fan of Malayalam films and Tamil films. So she made me listen to some of her songs before Sasha came on the show, and I was like, oh my God, what is this unbelievable voice? So great recommendation from Nikhita, guys. Check out Sasha Tirupati on Instagram as well, and on YouTube. One of my favorite songs by her, a recommendation for all of you, is called Van Varuman, if I got it right. That's the one, right?
Yeah.
I have the worst memory, but I think I got the name right. Van, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys should go and check that out. All right, Nikhita, let's end today's episode with one final song, and I'm going to ask you again. So now, when you've been performing live before this whole 1.5 year almost of isolation began, and you perform in front of a live audience, what's that one song, your song, maybe a film song, that people always said, oh my God, we can't not have her? Wait, that's a very complicated sentence. I was going to say, we can't not have her not sing the song. What I meant is, we have to have her sing this song. Which is that song?
So, I mean, I've obviously sung a lot of film music, and the independent career sort of been late on the wagon. So funny thing is, between the two lockdowns, I did like very few shows, because for a short span things are opened up. And my last show, which was literally before this lockdown, was in Nepal.
Oh wow, okay.
On Nepalese New Year.
Right.
So, which was my last show, of the season or whatever, like till
the
date,
last,
So and I sang Jhale Kale, and it was so weird because, like, I don't know if people had heard it. Maybe one or two people in the audience had heard it, and I made them sing the ooh, na, 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 with me, and it was so amazing to sing a song of which you have made. Like,
Yeah,
it's your melody, it's your
yeah,
song, and it's
yeah.
your baby, and you're singing it to people, and they're responding and they're singing it back to you.
That's beautiful.
That was one song, and I actually thought I'm confused what to perform right now, because there's this one song that I released recently with MTV, and the acoustic version is going to be out soon.
Hmm.
I think I'm going to end with that. I
Let's
haven't,
go
because
for
it's
it.
a song that I'm yet to perform
Let's go
for
for
the
it.
audience, and I think I'd leave it to that, because I've sung Jale Kale for you,
Yeah.
um, and
Oh,
this is a song that I
tell
can't
me
wait.
what the song is called.
So
Let
this song is
everyone know.
called Khud Ko Hi Paake,
Lovely.
and it was like we released a version with MTV for
Hmm.
their campaign Love Duet, which was to celebrate all forms of love, the
Beautiful.
LGBTQI community.
Beautiful.
And the acoustic version is going to be out soon. So this is a song that I can't wait to sing to my audience, and
Let's
it
hear
goes
it.
like this. मैंने ये खुद से कहा है, ख्वाब है नहीं दूर यहाँ से, मैं जो हूँ ना बदलूं, एक सुकून है पाया है खुद को ही पाके, कैसे तू मुझको रुलाए, खुद की अगर मैं सुनूं नहीं हूँ की राहें, मैं जो हूँ ना बदलूं, क्या करूं, है पाया है खुद को ही पाया, तू ही मेरे जख्मों की दी गई दवा है, तेरे बिना साज में सजा है, तू ही मेरे जख्मों की दी गई दवा है, तेरे बिना साज में सजा है, मैं जो हूँ ना बदलूं, क्या करूं, है पाया है खुद को ही पाके, तू ही मेरे जख्मों की दी गई दवा है, तेरे बिना साज में सजा है.
Oh my God, that was spectacular. I'm wearing a hoodie right now, or else I would have shown you my goosebumps. It's
You
insane.
joke.
Oh my God, it was so beautiful. Everybody watching right now, this
Thank
was
you.
something special, ladies and gents. I hope you enjoyed that. Show a ton of love to my dear friend Nikhita Gandhi. Follow her on Instagram, subscribe to her on YouTube. And when this song drops, I don't know where it's going to drop. I'm going to give you guys a swipe up link on my Instagram. Please share
Oh,
this
thank
song
you.
with absolutely everybody.
Thank
By the way,
you.
make it a habit. मैं तो करता हूँ यार, मेरे कोई भी म्यूजिक so इतने सारे म्यूजिशियन फ्रेंड्स हैं, जब भी उनका कोई नया गाना आता है, I make a point to give a swipe up
Give
link
it,
so that
yeah.
more people can hear it. So you guys should do that as well. Share it with everybody. और जिनके पास swipe up link देना पॉसिबल नहीं है, भाई लिंक शेयर कर दो, व्हाट्सएप पे भेजो, फेसबुक पे डालो, ट्विटर पे डालो, कहीं पे भी डालो, but share good music. And what you just
Yeah.
heard right now from Nikita was absolutely the best of music. That was fantastic,
Thank
Nikita. I
you.
genuinely,
Thanks, Rishi.
genuinely enjoyed that so much. Thank you so much for joining me on this very special Artists for a Cause edition of the MJ Show. Instead of me saying it this time, could you tell all your fans and everybody listening in and watching in right now to contribute, because our country does
Yeah,
need the help?
absolutely. And please show some love, show some support. You can find the link to to show the love and support in this, wherever you're watching this show. And we're all coming together to do something beautiful,
Yeah,
and to, this is how we can contribute,
absolutely.
by playing our songs to you guys, and by reaching out to you and seeking your help, because there's so much that we need to do, and there's so much that we can do even from our homes. So
Yeah.
please do, show your love and support by contributing to this thing.
Absolutely. For people watching it on YouTube, the link is in the description below. For everyone listening to us on Fever FM, the link is skillboxes.com. बहुत आसान है. And I want to give a big shout out to my friends at Skillbox, to my friends at Fever FM. It's amazing that we are doing this, getting artists together to help raise money. This is the best thing that artists and singers and people can do from their end, like she said, sitting at home, to help the rest of the country out. And for everybody who's not yet vaccinated, कितना भी मुश्किल हो उस कोविन ऐप पे स्लॉट पाना, प्लीज सिट,
ट्राई
गेट
करते
योर,
रहो.
ट्राई करते रहो. आखिरकार वंस एवरीबडी गेट्स डन, कितना भी तुम्हारा खराब लगे, इवेंचुअली तुमको स्लॉट
और
मिलने ही
कोई
वाला है.
एक्सक्यूज नहीं है, क्योंकि हम सब घर पे ही बैठे, ज्यादा कुछ
करेक्ट.
कर नहीं रहे.
हाँ, ट्राई करते रहो. Make sure you get vaccinated. That's one way of keeping yourself, your family, your friends, and your country safe. Let's make that happen
Absolutely.
very, very soon. That's pretty much all the time we have for now. That is the lovely Nikhita Gandhi. I'm Mihir Joshi, and this was the MJ Show.
Woo!
Hey, I'm Mihir Joshi, and I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so that you get a notification every time a new video goes up. Hit the like button as well. Leave a comment here for my guests and for me, and share it with absolutely everybody. We would really appreciate it. Make it happen.